In this one, let's go ahead and break down Privileged Rappers by Drake and 21 Savage. So the tempo for this one is 72 beats per minute, or you could double time it at 144 beats per minute. And the song is produced by Earl on the beat, Gentuar Memishi, and 40. The song samples a song from the Isley Brothers called Ballad for the Fallen Soldier. But in this one, we went ahead and remade that sample as well. So let's get to it. So first things first, this is the main sort of keys that you hear that loops throughout the entire track that's found in that sample. So those keys are composed of two different keyboard instruments. One is this electric keys sound over here. And for that sound, I'm using the Lounge Piano 73 found under Vintage Electric Piano, Experimental, and the Lounge Piano 73 preset. Next up, layered with that, we have the piano. It just gives it more of that authentic key feel that I heard in the original sample. And for that sound, I'm using Logic's Steinway Grand Piano. And for those two sounds, I just have a little bit of EQ on top of the sort of track stack over here, taking out some of the highs and boosting a little bit of the lows for a little bit more warmth. And then of course you have that main pluck melody sound that sort of made this entire beat. And it's this right here. For that sound, I am using actually the default setting that comes up in Logic's Retro Synth. I did adjust sort of the amp envelope here, the chorus, some of the settings in it, but it's pretty much the stock setting. Take a look at it here if you want to replicate that sound. And then all I really added in was a channel EQ, just to take out a lot of the top and a lot of the bottom end. Pulled in another channel EQ over here just to give it a little bit more sparkle and warmth to it. And then on top of that, brought in a reverb, and this is the reverb I use, Logic's Chroma Verb. So together it sounds like this. So in that original Isley Brothers sample, there's also a drum pattern that was happening. So of course that was in the original track. So I had to recreate that as well. So here are the drums that was heard in that sample. So I have a lot of effects on this and I'll explain why I did it. But first, the drum kit that I'm using can be found under Drum Kit, the Roots drum kit, one of the stock drum kits in Logic. And I'm going to take out everything I added here. So because the original sample was stretched and they added filters and choruses to it, it gave this like wishy-washy type of sound to the drums specifically in that sample. So I went ahead and recreated that. So first thing I did was add in some reverb, added in a chorus, just to give it that wishy-washy sound after the reverb. And then I added an EQ just to make it a little bit darker. Now on top of that, once again, because the sample was sampled, pulled down, and sort of added some chorus to it and width to it, I had to add in some vinyl noise as well. So here it is here. Now this loop is using a vinyl sort of sound loop from Logic stock library. You can find it in the loop library over there. But that's pretty much it for the entire sample. Let's go and play everything together. That's the recreation of the Isley Brothers Ballad for the Fallen Soldiers sample recreated in Logic. All right, now let's go ahead and add in the stuff that the producers added into this track. So we got the drums, of course. So to start off, we have the hi-hats. Just repeats itself. Then we have a clap. And then we have a kick that's happening in the background. Moving on, the clap gets removed and we get this new snare sound. And then we get introduced to the 808s. And together, all that sounds like this. Then moving along in the track, we get some volume shaping on the actual sample itself. So I went ahead and bounced down the keys and sort of lead pluck sound, and we get this. And I just added in some volume automation like heard in the track, just to give it that shape that you hear kind of pumping up and down as the track plays out. So it sounds like this for this section. I'm guessing the original producers used like Shaper Box or something on that track, but you can actually replicate that just using simple volume automation. And that's pretty much it for the track. Only thing on the outro, we get two new sounds. We get this synth pad over here. Now for that pad sound, I'm actually using a preset from the Forever 80s preset kit. That preset is called PD Moonstruck. It sort of replicates like a Juno soft sort of 80s type of pad. This warm pad that you hear right here. And that kit is full of 80s type of vibes using stock plugins. Layered with that, we also get this piano that's very much in the background and very much panned to the left channel. And for that sound, I'm using once again Logic's Steinway Grand Piano. And it just pretty much layers on top of the 808, but again, pans to the left. Very subtle touch, but it fills it out a bit. And on the whole entire track, I made sure to put an instance of sampled. Added in a little bit of bits over here and some noise just to give it sort of that crackly vinyl warmth type of sound. That's pretty much the beat right there. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Privilege Rappers by Drake and 21 Savage, remade in Logic Pro. From the top, let's go. So that's the remake to Privilege Rappers by Drake and 21 Savage. For your Logic users out there, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session, place it as a downloadable link below this video. If you don't use Logic, I got your back as well. I'm going to go export all the MIDI stems, audio stems, and include the drum kit that you heard in this remake. You can find that playback down below the like button as well. If you do have any questions on this or just want to chat, let's go and talk in the comment section below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something new, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.